Hello, I'm Larry Hotzen of Pacific Wealth Strategists.
Hi, I'm Anna Anderson. Today we're going to talk about how to know if you're ready to meet with a financial planner and what topics you should be ready to discuss when you meet with them.
Financial planning, if done correctly, covers many areas of your life. It's the things that are important to you. It's the things that you need to grow your wealth. It's the things you need to do to protect yourself from a disability, or some of the other traps that lie waiting for us as we go through life.
So what should they know or what should they be prepared to discuss when they come in?
Okay. Most people walk in the door and start shoving piles
Yeah, we've had some bags.
of statements. We'll get to that, but first we need to get to know you. You need to get to know us,
Yeah.
and collectively we all need to decide if we can make progress together. But let's assume someone walks in the door and we hit it off and it's comfortable. When we get to the planning part, we're going to ask more questions than you've probably ever been asked in your life.
And they are not all financial.
We need to see and understand the whole picture and why the picture you've been creating is important to you. So I think the first common thing with all of our planning clients is getting them organized.
Definitely.
Make the paperwork make sense. Have them understand these are your assets, this is your debt, however big that is, which leaves you, this is the nest egg you've created to date.
So what are some of the things they should know to ask an advisor as they meet with them to make sure not only do they gel, but that they're actually qualified to help them with their planning?
Okay. So to be called a financial planner or an advisor requires a license. There's actually several, but the one for the advice giving is a Series 65 or a Series 66. So if you're looking for someone who is at least legally equipped to have the advice conversation with you, they're going to need to have one of those licenses.
And how do they check to see if somebody has those licenses?
Well,
Because somebody could say they do, but is there a way they can check?
So pull up a browser and search FINRA, FINRA, broker check. Once you get FINRA in, broker check usually pops up automatically. FINRA stands for Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, and they have profiles on everyone who is licensed and many people who have are no longer practicing are still in there. So you can just search by person, place, and get a list there, and you can look at any disclosures that they might have.
One of the things that is great to know before you meet with them is are they going to, or as you meet with them, is are they going to charge you a fee for the plan? If they're not charging you a fee for the plan, most likely it's because there's something they're planning to sell you along the way. If you're paying for the plan, it makes it very clear that the plan itself is what you are paying for, and then you are free to implement it with whomever you'd like.
Absolutely. It should be discussed with anyone, whether it's an auto mechanic or your financial advisor. Depending on what you need, not what we need, some products pay by commission. We will quote you for the work that we believe needs to be done, and give you an invoice, so that you know before you make a decision. I don't want anybody to get halfway into something and then get the sticker shock, if it's going to be perceived as sticker shock.
So depending on the services, I'm hearing commission, fee, or well, commission or percentage of assets or a flat fee,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what scope of
Yeah.
services you're engaging them for.
So in addition to licenses and basic recurring continuing ed, there are opportunities in this field to really grow and specialize. One of the things we did a couple of years ago for Anna was put her through a very advanced financial planning course, 6 months or a bit longer, and she was very busy with that. It has paid us back in droves. She handles a lot of the financial planning engagements now. We've all gotten more comfortable with the tools that we have that are available. That's another distinction. We recently had a client choose us because we use what I think is a fair amount of technology. I still think a lot of it is the relationship and the ability to communicate, but they chose us over another local advisor who was strictly in the 3-ring binder and legal pad era.
Doesn't mean they don't do great work. It's just a different approach.
It's just got to work for you. So Anna, why did you choose this field?
Great question. I don't know if I would say I chose this field or this field chose me, but as I was exposed to it, so as you know, but they don't, I started as an admin. I had no background in financial planning, advice, anything. I didn't know what IRA was. I barely knew how to spell it. And so it was definitely a learning experience. But as I have been exposed to it and been able to see the difference we're able to make in people's lives, that's what's drawn me in and kept me and made me want to become licensed and start working with clients, because I see what a difference we can make in our clients' lives every day.
I came out of healthcare. It was my first career. There is definitely an element of caretaking that is in my DNA.
Yes, sir.
The process employed in healthcare and what we do, or the way we do it here, aren't all that different. You find people where they're at, you determine what they need, and you do your level best to help them get to where it is that they would prefer to be.
So are there any personality characteristics or attitudes you think is important for an advisor to have?
I do. Guess personal bias, I'll claim that right up front. I think that we help people more when we can get really in touch with them. So someone who's a good communicator, whether that's an excellent listener or a good communicator of topics, I think that's essential. I have a personal bias. I don't think a narcissist can be effective in our role, because it's not about me. I check my stuff at the door, and when I need help, I call the gentleman in Ohio often. Because let's face it, we're part of what we're in your life for is to be more objective than you are.
We're always more objective when it's somebody else's. It's always easier to be objective with someone else's money than it is to be with your own.
Well, I'd like to thank you for spending this time with us. We hope this has provided some valuable information. Please feel free to check out our website.
Subscribe and check out our Facebook.
If you have questions about today's conversation or suggestions for future topics, please text us at area code 909-748-5658. And I thank you again for watching this episode.